They say that if you become good at poker, you unlock a superpower. You basically have a personal ATM anywhere in the world. You just sit down, print money, and leave. Well, at least, that's the theory. So, I flew from the East Coast all the way to the poker capital of the world, Las Vegas, to test exactly that.
So we are officially in Vegas for the next 10 days. Here's my room. So we got a nice suite at Bellagio. For the first few days, I didn't plan on playing any massive tournaments. My strategy is simple, fire some small warm-up tournaments. And if I bust, I will just grind some small cash games.
For our first tournament, I decided to enter the $1,500 Millionaire Maker. Walking into the room, I feel incredibly nervous, but also super excited at the same time. Sitting at the table, it completely hit me. The World Series of Poker is every poker player's ultimate dream, and I felt incredibly blessed just to have the opportunity to compete on this stage. But reality caught up quick. We got off to a brutal start, running completely flat. We can't find a very good spot, and slowly blinding down to just 13 big blinds. Then, this happened. We looked down at Ace-8 suited in the low jack. Under the gun opens to 3,000, and it folds around to us. Even though Ace-8 isn't a premium hand, in a spot like this, we don't really have a choice. With our short stack, there's only one move here. I ship it all in for 13,000. It folds back around to the original raiser, who looks at his chips and immediately makes the call. He turns over Ace-Queen offsuit. We are heavily dominated. The flop comes Jack 7-3 with 2 hearts. No help for us. The turn brings the 4 of spades. At this point, we are down to just 3 outers to save our tournament life. We need one of the remaining 8s on the river to survive. The dealer burns and turns the ace of clubs, and just like that, we busted. But you guys know me. We don't have time to stay down. You just have to turn the page and move on to the next one. We ended day 1 in the red, down $1,500. But we still have 9 days left. And during our second day we stay positive and continue our grind. We are heading over to the beautiful Aria to sit down and play some cash games. Let's see if we can recover our losses from day 1.
Before everything, guys, I want to announce that I'm teaming up with Point Poker to give away $2,000 for the month of July. To qualify, just click the link below, sign up with my code SASA, and play one real money hand, and we're ready to go. Let's get into the hands.
Alright guys, here we go again with another episode of me showing how to play pure street poker and win hands using crazy superstitions. Let's see if we can bag a profit today and win back our losses from yesterday. For our first interesting hand, we look down at Ace-Jack suited under the gun and open to $25. The button flats, and we go heads up to a spectacular flop. 7, Jack Deuce with 2 diamonds. We hit top pair, top kicker. I lead out with a standard continuation bet of $30. The button calls. The turn is the 4 of clubs, giving us the nut flush draw to go with our top pair. My play here is simple. We just need to extract all of the money his wife gave him tonight. Just kidding. We just need to keep applying pressure. I size up to $80 to target the villain's Broadway floats, middle pairs, or weaker jacks. The button goes deep into the tank, looks at me, and ultimately throws his hand away. We are once again off to a good start. Let's see if this continues to the next one. Here we look down at Queen 9 offsuit in the small blind. The button opens to $15. I decide to come along, and the big blind defends as well. We go 3 ways to a flop of 9-5-9 rainbow. Sick flop first. In this kind of spot, any action we take looks strong. Check, calling feels strong, and check, raising also feels strong. So I decide to build the pot early. I bet $25. Maybe I can trap by checking the turn. But look at this. The big blind suddenly starts acting like he flopped the world. Maybe he's the real-life Superman. I don't want to be rude and ruin his dreams, so I just decide to flat call. The turn is the 7 of clubs. Given the pre-flop action, I have a very easy decision here. Just lay the trap and let him continue his daydream. But he checks back. I think he hit his head somewhere. The river is the 10 of spades. I check for a second time, hoping his concussion comes back. But sadly, The villain checks back instantly. We head to showdown. Our trips take it down, but the trap completely fails. Sometimes trying to be too sneaky leaves money on the table. On the next hand, we look down at King 10 offsuit in early position and open the action to $15. The button decides to tag along, and the big blind defends as well. We are going 3 ways to a flop. The dealer fans out a king, Jack 8. We hit top pair. The big blind checks it over to us. I want to take control immediately and thin out the field, so I fire out a $25 continuation bet. The button gets out of the way, but the big blind decides to stick around and makes the call. The turn is a 9. This gives us an open-ended straight draw to go along with our top pair. I have so much equity in this pot, I should probably declare it on my taxes. Check this out. The big blind suddenly wakes up from a deep slumber, and donk leads right into us for $50. My play here is simple. I'm definitely not folding. I just flat call to see what the river brings. The river is a 6, completely whiffing our straight draw. The big blind fires out another $50. I stick in the call but receive the bad news. Sometimes paying off your curiosity just pays for the other guy's dinner. But we need to move on and focus on the upcoming hands. After few orbits, we look down at ace-king offsuit in the big blind. Low jack opens to $25, and the hijack flat calls. I squeeze it up to $85, and only the hijacks come along. The flop comes jack king king.
Wait, I just hit the
giving us trip kings with top kicker. The hijack leads out and fires $60. I just smooth call. The turn brings a 4, keeping the board completely safe. I check again. The hijack suddenly leads out for a massive $300. But when he throws out his bet, I think his chips are dusty. My allergies act up. I sneeze. And the dealer thought I said all in. It's just a coincidence that I have way too much equity to just flat call. He goes deep into the tank. I know there's a big chance that I'm ahead, and I want him to call. But the villain ultimately folds his hand, and we scoop a gorgeous pot, uncontested. Looks like the poker gods are siding with us today. Let's look at the next hand. Here we look down at King Jack of Diamonds in the small blind. A very pretty hand that usually gets me into a whole lot of trouble. The low jack opens to $25, and the button flat calls. I decide to crash their little date night and come along. We go 3 ways to a flop. The flop comes 10-5 queen with 2 clubs. Beautiful flop for us. I check. The low jack checks, and the button decides to wake up and choose violence, firing out a chunky $60. Sir, who hurt you? With the open-ender and an overcard. I'm certainly not going anywhere, so I make the call. The low jack apparently has FOMO and tags along too. The turn is the 2 of clubs. An absolute brick. Before the button can fire another big bet, I decide to hit him with some classic Hollywood table talk. I stare at him like a ruthless IRS auditor and ask him, "Excuse me, sir, how much you got behind? I'm just trying to make him sweat." I check, and the low jack checks. Apparently, my Jedi mind trick works flawlessly, because the button gets spooked and instantly checks back. We got a free card with nothing but air. And look at this, guys. The river is the 9 of clubs. We hit the absolute nuts, the Broadway straight. Now it's time to extract his soul. I need to make this look like a desperate, busted bluff. So I grab my chips and fire out a massive $225 into the $240 pot. The low jack politely gets out of the way, but the button just can't let go of his ego. He tanks, probably re-evaluating all his life choices, and makes the crying call. We proudly table the nuts, and the villain frustratingly flashes Queen Jack for top pair. We scoop a massive $690 pot, and for our last hand here in our first session, we look down at Pocket Kings, the majestic
that's what I've been waiting for.
I make it $25 to go. The hijack decides to tag along, but then the button wakes up and decides he wants to be the main character today. He 3-bets it huge to $130. Instead of 4-betting and scaring him away, I decide to activate stealth mode. I just flat call. The hijack politely exits the chat, and we go heads up. The flop comes Queen 3-10 rainbow, a pretty safe board for us. unless the universe hates me and he's sitting on exactly pocket queens, which would just be a tragedy. I check it over to him, hoping he continue firing, and he confidently fires out $75. I put on my best Oscar-winning acting performance here, staring at the board like I completely missed. I just flat call to set the trap. The turn is the king of diamonds.
Hey, that's
We
pretty
turn a set of
good.
kings. We are virtually bulletproof. I check again, rolling out the red carpet for him to continue his little story. He takes the bait and fires $145. He thinks he's the table captain right now, but little does he know, he just sailed his ship straight into the Bermuda Triangle. The trap is officially sprung. I grab my chips and shove all in for his remaining $455. The button's face instantly drops. You can actually see the exact moment his soul leaves his body. He goes deep into the tank, probably cursing his luck and wondering if I am some kind of poker wizard, before ultimately tossing his hand away into the muck in disgust. We don't get all of his chips, but dragging a massive pot with a perfectly executed trap feels pretty damn good. After this hand, we decided to rack up and take a break before moving to a new table. For our first interesting hand, we wake up with pocket jacks in early position and raise it up to $25. The player directly to our left smooth calls, and we go heads up to the flop. The flop comes 4, 6, 10 rainbow. Absolute perfection. We now have overpair. I fire out a $30 continuation bet to get the ball rolling, and to let everyone know that the poker god named Sasa has arrived on Earth. He sticks around. Turn is the magical jack.
Here we go. Money talk.
The game plan from here is obvious. We want to empty his pockets completely before he realizes what's happening. I keep my foot on the gas. He dips into his stack and matches the bet. The river changes absolutely nothing. I start stacking up my chips for the final value shove, but get a load of this. Before I even have a chance to push my bet forward, he just insta-mucks out of turn. I'm not going to complain and stop him. Let's look at the next hand. We look down at ace-king offsuit in the big blind with the straddle on. The low jack opens to $30. I decided to apply some pressure, and 3-bet it up to $115. The low jack flats, and we go heads up to a flop of 5 king 6 with 2 hearts. We hit top pair, so I decided to go for maximum value, especially with the heart flush draw on the board. So I decided to fire out a continuation bet of $145. The low jack calls. The turn is the 7 of hearts completing the flush. I'm worried about the flush, but he also looks so worried. I decided to take matters into our own hands. I slide it all in, but look at this. The low jack snap calls so hard, he nearly breaks his wrist. The river is the queen of hearts. At this point, I'm pretty sure our top pair is no good. The villain rolls over pocket sixes. He flopped bottom set, and we were completely drawing dead when we blasted off on the turn. Sometimes applying too much pressure just leaves you walking to the ATM. We move on to the next hand, and look down at 9-7 suited in the hijack. I open to $15, the cutoff flat calls, and the small blind decides to wake up and squeeze to $35. It folds back to me, and I decide that playing standard is overrated. I opt for the diabolical route, and ship the entire stack into the middle, ready to call it a night.
What?
The cutoff makes the call, and the small blind wisely gets out of the way. The flop comes 3-10-7 with 2 diamonds. At this point, hitting second pair is a blessing, but we have a whole lot of board left to navigate. The turn is the deuce of hearts, and the river is the 6 of spades. He turns over ace 8 suited. We scoop that $530 pot with a crazy pre-flop shove, while the table stares in disbelief. Though I think my tilted side owes the guy to my left an apology for the trauma.
Get some help.
Before we get to the last hand of the video, I want to remind you guys about our $2,000 giveaway this July. Just click the link in the description, sign up with code SASA, play one real money hand, and you're good to go. Here comes the last interesting hand of our second session. We look down at pocket sixes in the low jack and open to $25. The hijack calls, but the big blind decides to bump it up to $150. Let's go for some set mining and stick in the call. We go 3 ways to a flop of 6 queen king with 2 clubs. We hit our set right away. I immediately start thinking about what to buy with their money. The big blind checks, and I realize that I don't have much behind compared to the size of the pot, so I decide to ship it for $380. The hijack folds, and the big blind snap calls. Looks like he hates his life more than anything else. The turn is the king of spades. The river is the 2 of spades. It's a clean run out, and he confidently tables ace-queen offsuit, clearly thinking his top pair is good. He's really underestimating me. We scoop a massive $1,212 pot. Thank you for the donation, sir. Not a bad way to end a session. And just like that, we officially survived the crazy West Coast competition. And honestly, I think I kind of love it here. After our first 2 cash game sessions, we booked a massive $2,250 profit. Vegas is wild. The players are crazy, but this East Coast girl is finally back in the green. We still have over a week left here in Sin City, and the action is only going to get crazier. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to follow the rest of this Las Vegas series. If you're interested in the $2,000 giveaway this July, just use code SASA in the link below and play 1 hand of real money. I'll see you guys in the next video.